Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are, whatever time you watch this video. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the stock market and what happened today on, let me get the date, August 17th, this Monday, right? A couple of big things happened, but before we continue, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps grow the channel, it helps me out, and it'll let you know anytime I post a new video. Sorry if that was loud. But yeah, getting right into it. So it was a pretty sideways trading day for my portfolio anyways, and all the major indexes. I lost about 10 bucks, which was percentage-wise basically nothing. But we'd obviously like to see gains, but let's dig into what happened. So AMD traded up about 1.4%, 1.38-ish. No news pushing it, but I'm looking at AMD. I think it's getting near its all-time high, and I'm starting to compare it to its competitors NVIDIA and Intel. And when you look at their cash balance sheets, AMD is pretty weak compared to Intel and NVIDIA. It has negative free cash flow, whereas Intel's looking at about $16 billion and NVIDIA is looking at about $12 billion in cash flow, right? So I think long term, we might be looking at AMD getting beat out by these two guys just because they don't have any money, right? And NVIDIA and Intel could probably squeeze them here if they wanted to. So I'm thinking about swapping all my shares from AMD over to Intel or NVIDIA here pretty soon. I'm going to have to see what news pushes it. I'm not just going to do it on looking at a free cash flow balance sheet, right? But if AMD starts ticking down, I think I might sell out and move over to Intel. That's what's going on there. Microsoft traded up 0.66%. Nothing really going on there. The only really news I could find about them is they released their new flight simulator, which seems to be a pretty big hit. But I don't really see that growing the company or anything, and just a small amount of good news that pushed the stock up a little bit today. Nike traded down 0.72% today, but they did release news that they're coming out with a Andre Agassi, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, new shoe line, and inspired by the U.S. World Open for tennis. So I assumed that would trend the stock upward on news of a new line, but traded kind of sideways and flat today. No big deal. Disney, also another weird one for me, traded down 0.89% on the day, but they announced a higher partnership with Verizon and are now offering 12 months, a whole year free of ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus in a package for Verizon customers. I thought that was huge and awesome. They're also launching in Indonesia. Indonesia is a pretty populated area, so hopefully brings in a lot more Disney Plus subscribers to push the stock up. They still have a couple of different places they need to launch in. They're far from being a worldwide streaming service. But yeah, I thought both of those things would push the stock up, but it traded pretty flat today. So weird. Kronos and Canopy Growth both traded down 0.53 and 1.4% respectively. No real news pushing them down, just marijuana stocks continue to get beat up. Workhorse traded up 2.23% on the day. No real news pushing it. Moving right along. AMC Theaters traded up again 1.08%. Again, no real news pushing it. Lemonade down 2.75%. Again, nothing really moving it down. MGM down 1.97. Yet again, no real news, just kind of a rough market day. Now, a big one I wanted to talk about here, Cinemark. Right, I love Cinemark, and I think this is a great opportunity for you guys to buy in. So Cinemark, after being up the past couple of days due to reopening, today after hours, they closed the day up about, it looks like 0.95%, I wrote down. But after hours, they announced that they're offering $400 million in senior convertible notes. Every time I've seen a company offer senior convertible notes, basically the gist is they're raising money, right? They're giving out these notes, so people will give them a total of $400 million hoping to raise. And these notes mature in 2025, so they're basically loans, right? Every time I've seen this happen, a company's stock price trends down. They get beat up for doing this. But usually if you believe in the CFO, the CEO, the company to take this money and use it well, right, and actually use it to grow the company, in the long term, it's usually a really good thing. So I really like it when a company does this. So after hours, even trading up on the day, right after hours, the stock plummeted about 6% since the last time I looked at it. So I think tomorrow morning when market opens, Cinemark's going to be really down from today's close, and I think it's a really good thing to look at. And if you believe in the economic rebound from COVID-19, I think it's a great long-term stock to purchase. Highly recommend looking into that. PCG or PG&E, the ticker symbol PCG, right? The energy company we've talked about before, traded down 2.55% on the day, and it's just getting beat up because there's a heat wave going on in California right now. And due to that, the grid operator for PG&E is having to basically cut power to certain areas to lower the heat to prevent fires because they really can't afford another fire right now. So basically, my take on that is if I would keep an eye on that stock, keep watching it. If wildfires do break out in California and they're caused by PG&E, it's going to really hurt the company, drive the stock price down, and I think that's a great time to invest. Starbucks up 0.74%, nothing really going on there. And Carnival Cruise Lines down 5.11%. So some negative news I found, but it looked like it came out after market close, so it didn't look like this news is what pushed the price down. But after hours, Carnival's trading up. So I don't know how the market's going to react to this news and the depth of this, but ransomware hacked into Carnival's database, and they got personal identifiable information from guests and employees for Carnival. I thought that was pretty big, and sheds a pretty bad light, casts a shadow on Carnival. We'll see how the market responds tomorrow. And again, if you believe in the economic rebound of cruise lines, Norwegian is the one with the best cash balance. If you want to look at Norwegian cruise lines, obviously there's Royal Caribbean and Carnival too. I personally like Carnival. I think it's the riskiest, high rewardest play. And then the last thing I want to talk about, I'm not personally invested in, but airlines took a beating today. American Airlines traded negative 5%, and the whole sector traded down at least 3%. And it's just due to COVID-19 slowing down the travel rebound, right? People just aren't flying as much, and it's taking a lot longer. And I know I've talked about it before with the TSA checkpoint numbers of we had that 862,000 person fly day. But as I talked about before, that wasn't even 25% of what we had in the year prior to this, where we had like 2.5 million. So if you believe in the economic rebound like I do, I do think some of these airline stocks are great to get into. Southwest Airlines being the one with the best balance sheet. So they have the most free cash flow to weather this storm of COVID-19 and make it to the finish line. My personal favorite is American Airlines. And again, my play on them is I'm hoping that their stock keeps getting beat up. I hope they have to declare for bankruptcy, and then I'm going to get all in on that stock. I love that play long. Most of the stuff I talk about, I really love long. Just as a disclaimer, I basically regret any stock I've ever sold because it's always gone up afterwards in the long term, right? So that's where I stand on my portfolio. That's the news for the day. If you guys have any questions, please hit me up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button. It helps me out, helps grow the channel. And again, feel free to hit me with your questions, guys. I love getting these questions and this feedback from you guys, letting me know that the videos are helping you out, helping you get knowledge that you didn't have before to get into this market where it may seem overwhelming. And hopefully it helps you make money, live a better life, and hit some goals that you never thought you could achieve. Let me know how it's going. Let me know any stocks that you're invested in or you're looking at. I'll take a look at them too. Maybe I'll get in there with you. But thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and good luck on the market.